in this video. The bike feels heavy and it's Ducati's fault, says Miguel OLIVEIRA. Impossible to go wide with the new Aprilia, says Aleix Espargaro. I feel good but I don't feel fast, says Franco Morbidelli. And Ducati to renew Pecco's contract before the season opener at Qatar. My name is Sankalp and this is your Racing News Fix. The three-time Motogp race winner Miguel OLIVEIRA finished the Sepang test in P15 after continuing struggles on the RC16. KTM are now focusing all their efforts trying to fix their traction issues by slapping different aero packages on the bike, and OLIVEIRA believes that all the manufacturers are working harder on aerodynamics because of Ducati. OLIVEIRA started. I think we are all forced to get into this area because Ducati opened this world for us. They sort of started to push us in this direction and now we see that we have a lot to test regarding this. Pointing out the new issues the push in aerodynamics has introduced, OLIVEIRA continued. The bike feels a bit more heavy. It is not as agile as you would expect. So you have to start thinking about how to work in other areas of the bike with geometry and height and everything else just to compensate for that. It is not easy and it requires some time because it's a whole new window you are opening in terms of setup, how much power you can use and when you can use it. But at the same time, conceding that optimizing aerodynamics have big advantages too, OLIVEIRA continued. It is important to go faster and to help the bike be more stable and be able to really take the maximum advantage of the horsepower we have. When you look at downforce, you are looking at acceleration. But now we find out that you can even stop faster, and that is something important too. Until a few years ago, it wasn't considered as a huge development area on the bike, but now it's a key ingredient for a good base. At the Sepang test, Aleix Espargaro was one of the two riders to break the unofficial lap record, just behind Andrea Bastianini. And Aleix believes that one of the big reasons for his mouth-watering pace in Malaysia was the turning ability of his new RSGP22, which he called crazy. Praising the new Aprilia prototype, Aleix started. It is not just the bike being more narrow, also the chassis is different. From the first lap I did in this circuit, especially in the fast corner, you could tell that the bike turned well into the corner. This helps you a lot. Aleix is so impressed by the turning ability of his new bike that he thinks it's impossible to run wide with this bike. Aleix continued. I think it's the first time I rode here in Malaysia without ever going wide. It is impossible to go wide mid-corner with this bike. But much like everything else on the motorcycle, you improve one thing and the other suffers. And Aleix feels the same has happened with the Aprilia as well. Aleix explains. But also it creates a problem because the corner speed I am able to carry is unbelievable, so I get more chattering. You can carry as much speed as you want. It is unbelievable how much the bike turns, but I am limited by the chattering. Even in our fast laps, Maverick and I have to close the throttle a bit and enter the corner slower to avoid the vibration. It's not because we feel we will go wide. Spending the second half of the season getting the strength back in his knee, the only good thing that happened to Franco Morbidelli last year was that he got the much deserved promotion to the factory team. While the biggest positive for Morbidelli is that his knee is back to 100%, his next focus area is to get used to the M1 again and get close to Fabio's lap times. Finishing the Sepang test a full 1 second behind his teammate all the way down in P24, Morbidelli is hoping for a more consistent level of performance during the upcoming 3-day Mandalika test. Speaking about the areas where he has to improve, Franco started. I feel good, but I don't feel fast when the grip drops. I have to be faster when the grip drops, but I feel quite good in general. I'm not one of the fastest guys. I'm close to the fastest guys, but not yet one of the fastest. Especially in the afternoon, I'm definitely not one of the fastest guys. We wanted to improve on new tires and we did that. We wanted to improve our pace and we did that too. Unfortunately, we were not able to do the time attack because with the rain, it wasn't possible to do it. And it shouldn't come as a shock to anyone that both Pecco Bagnaia and Ducati are interested in continuing with each other for the next few years. According to motorsport.com, Ducati and Pecco are planning to put ink to paper before the season starts at Qatar on March 6th. At the Sepang test, Ducati sporting director Paolo Ciabatti said, "At the moment, we are very close to renewing Pecco. If there are no surprises, it will be done. That must be the natural development of things." As far as the teammate of Pecco is concerned, Ducati confirmed they will take some more time to make a final decision. Currently, it's thought to be a 3-horse race between Jack Miller, Jorge Martin and Andrea Bastianini. Given the depth of the young talent in Pramac Ducati, Gresini Racing and VR46 Racing, it is highly unlikely that Ducati would entertain any riders from outside the family. If you made it till here, help me out. Subscribe to the channel and ring the notification bell. Here are 2 more videos which you might enjoy. My name is Sankalp and I'll be back with another video very soon.